Hello, everybody. Beta Phase here, and welcome to my world. We are on episode 4 of All the Farms. Last episode, we got our iron farm done. Let's just pop over and take a look at that real quick. This thing has been producing like crazy. It is in the spawn chunks, and so it will keep working even if I'm not in the area. And as you can see, we are getting a lot out of this. Grab these and these. So between episodes, I built our little creeper monument here. We're going to put a nether portal in the head there. I decided that it was about time that we headed to the nether so we could pick up some resources there. And of course, we're going to be having farms in the nether as well. There's a couple of things that we need. So let's grab our flint and steel. And here we are with our portal frames. There we go. All right, we are going to pop through and see where we end up. And it looks like we are starting out in a Soul Sand Valley here. Looks like we're not too far from a nether fortress. So hopefully we could do a blaze spawner or a blaze farm. Eventually we'll get up to the roof and do a gold farm as well. Get all the necessary stuff. But I'm going to grab some of the soul sand here because this stuff comes in handy for transportation. We can use this in bubble elevators to give us a boost up to in the upward direction through water columns. So to go along with the iron farm, next up I'm going to make a tree farm so that we can get a renewable source of trees, although trees are naturally renewable, but this will just make cutting down the trees a little easier. This is not the big fancy tree and tree piston farm that you see in some of the videos. This will be semi-manual, but it will make things a little bit easier as far as growing the trees and chopping them down and automatically gathering all the supplies. I think that we are going to build it right off of our wood storage here, just to make it easier to sort and store the drops and the wood that we're going to get off of the tree farm. So I'm going to get into that now, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes after the time lapse. Also, I think that creeper statue looks pretty neat with the nether portal in there. Anyway, I'll get to work and I'll come back in a minute and explain how this thing works. This is my own design. I doubt I'm the only person that has done something similar, but this is one that I came up with on my own with a couple extra features to make life a little bit easier in the world of Minecraft. Our build is done, but we are really close. But notice things are starting to get a little bit laggy, and yeah, take a look at this. We have a unintentional mob farm down there, and I think that's causing me some problems. We're gonna have to go down there, clear that out, and light it up, I think. And so I'm going to go take care of that. All right, that should help some, keep things a little bit safer around here. And we can head back up and finish that project off. We've got the base of the farm built up, and now what I am doing here is I am placing slabs 9 blocks above the dirt that we're going to be planting the trees on. And this will keep the trees from growing too tall. This means that when we shut off the water, we will be able to cut down the trees. We'll be able to reach the top of the trees without having to climb. That we'll just be able to reach them from the ground here. And so that's what I'm currently working on, and then and so we will get back to that, and it shouldn't be too much more before we're ready to go with this. And that is our tree farm completed. It doesn't look like much, but it is very easy to make early game. All you really need is is a pickaxe to do some digging. I'll often do this in the side of a hill or a mountain, but this time I wanted to do it up in the air. The way that this works is that we have a water source here, and this is similar to what we've done down in the down in our little manual farms there. We've got a waterlogged trapdoor with a lever, and we can open that up and let the water out, and that will wash everything down to the far corner. And so what you can do here, you shut off the water and you plant all your saplings on these dirt blocks. The slabs up above us keep the trees from growing so tall that they can't be harvested from the ground. And then once the trees grow, you can come up here and you can turn on the water, and then you harvest the trees. You chop down the trees, and anything that drops that you don't catch can be washed down to this far corner here, where it all gets put into this hopper and then down into this chest where it's easy to collect and pick up. And then you can replant whatever saplings you have and start the process all over again. Also, this can be used for any of the variety of trees except for the mangrove. The mangrove is a special case, but so we even have 2x2 dirt patches here that we can use for the dark oak. Now, there is a reason that this is built at an angle. That means that we can cover this whole section here with water from one water source, and we can collect it down here in the far corner with one hopper. And in fact, you don't even really need the hopper because everything will collect down in this corner, and you can just run down periodically and pick it up. And so if you don't have any iron to make the hoppers, it's still a useful way to farm your trees. Okay, so if we had built that that tree farm in a square and had the water coming from one of the edges, first of all, we'd need to have multiple water sources to cover everything. But also, once the trees grew, if something fell into the water, you see, they could get stuck on the flat sections of the tree trunks and just stay there and never go down to the end and get picked up. But if we have the water coming from an angle and we have a tree trunk in the way, the water hits this corner and will go around this square block here. And so when stuff falls into the water, it doesn't get stuck on the flat edges of the block, see, because they will get pushed around along with the water and continue to get washed down to wherever the water ends. And so that's why I have that set up on an angle going from one corner to another. It's so that once the trees grow, that when we harvest them, we won't have blocks that get stuck along the edges of the tree trunks. Now we'll just go through and plant our saplings. The dark oak saplings, they do need 4 saplings to grow. So we'll do a little bit of dark oak. And this is particularly handy. I use a data pack called Fast Leaf Decay that makes the leaves decay faster after you've chopped down the tree. If you don't have that, though, you don't have to wait around for all the leaves to decay. You could just chop down the wood, turn on the water, and then go somewhere else and work on something else as the leaves decay, and then everything that drops from them will just naturally get floated down to that to the hopper down at the bottom. And we plant our saplings, and once those are planted, we can work on other areas on the base and wait for these to grow up. Or you can bone mill them if you want to speed things up, if you have a good supply of bone meal. And then once these are grown to your satisfaction, we go down here, and as you can see, not all of the saplings have grown, but the advantage to this we turn on the water, and this will wash all of the ungrown saplings down into the collection area down here, and they won't get lost. And then we can go ahead and chop down all of the trees. Okay, we've got all the trees chopped down. We are going to shut off the water here. Now we'll just hop on down here and see what we've got. We've already got a fair amount in our own inventory here from stuff that we've picked up. And then we've got a whole bunch of saplings, some sticks, and the wood that we didn't catch. And so that's not too bad of a harvest. So now we will have a easier way to harvest trees, and we won't lose as much of the drops as well, because those can be automatically collected. And so that is it for this episode. I appreciate you watching. If you like what I'm doing here, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Y'all take care now.